Thanks for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be looking at the difference in ball reaction between the left and right sides of the lane with the wild streak. We're seeing footage from my original review on the house shot. My righty layout is 5x5x3 and my lefty layout is 5x5x2.5, and that difference is completely negligible. My left span is longer than my right span, so I dropped a ½ inch off the pin buffer to keep the fingers away from the pin. I've talked a bit about the differences in the left and right sides of the lane, and this is the first of several different videos I'm going to do showing that difference with the same ball and nearly identical layouts. Each side of the lane for me, from a number standpoint, is very similar. The main difference is that my rev rate right-handed is 425 to 450, and my rev rate lefty is about 350 to 375. Aside from that, everything else is extremely similar right down to my PAP, which is 5.5 over and 3/4 up on the right, and 5 3/8 over and 3/4 up on the left. Ball reaction is generally pretty sharp here. There's no shortage of back end on either side of the lane. My pro motion is a boomerang, so stuff that's actually sharp really flies here. The wild streak is pretty clean up front and decisive down lane. It's extremely readable. This is the same on both sides of the lane on any condition. It's become my favorite ball right now on the right side. I've had several good sets with it and some honor scores recently. Initially, I thought it was more forward down lane, but after 15-ish games of use, the reaction blends slightly, and if I want it to continue, it'll go hunting for the 7-pin, but if I want it to lay off, I can get it to do that too. It's turning into one of the most versatile balls I've ever thrown. On the left side, you can instantly see more hook even despite the lower rev rate. I've heard a few arguments a few different ways, but given a symmetrical pattern, there will be more hook and a sharper move down lane on the left side the vast majority of the time. Sometimes that affects different balls different ways, but this comparison reflects as true of a representation of the differences as you're going to get. I think a big part of this is that there's a lot less traffic on the left side of the lane, and the majority of the time, lanes will go several nights without any use on that side of the lane at all. As the lanes are cleaned and oiled over and over again, the left side gets squeaky clean and is kept in pristine condition. While righties might watch lefties zing the ball down the lane and get super crisp back end motion and wish for that, it also means you have far less room left to right. When the ball sniffs friction on the left side, it just goes, so if you tug it even a bit, it's gone unless you did a couple of other things wrong enough to balance it out. Where on the right side, we've all had that super tug where we've missed 4 boards left and it's just sat there. If you miss 4 boards inside on the left side, it's going Brooklyn. The trade-off, of course, is that if you can be reasonably accurate or stay honest, basically, the reaction on the left side of the lane is amazing. The carry percentage is higher, and the majority of the time you're just going to have your own transition to deal with. On the 2019 Nationals DNS pattern, this thing is an absolute monster. I can flail around and hammer on it and it just sails down the lane, picks up hard and drives. This is the one lone benefit of my style on the right side. I don't have any trouble getting a ball to rev up. I'm not sure this ball would be in play for most people on this pattern on the fresh, and that'll be illustrated on the left side, but for me, and especially at 2000, the wild streak is bae. I also expect it to be great on the team pattern. This will definitely be one of the first few in my bags no matter what comes out between now and then. On the left side, the experience wasn't so great. The lower rev rate hurts, but anything sport-ish is so much more difficult on the left side. You have less room in the middle of the normal, and that's rough, plus you have hang outside, so you have to throw it firm to get it down the lane, but also roll it because you don't have as much help as normal getting the ball to hook, so sometimes it feels like a complete catch-22. That's why so many lefties throw urethane on tougher conditions. You need the early hook and then the control down lane. The absolute worst part about it is if you're in a format where you move pairs every game. At Nationals, you can eventually develop something. It'll take longer, but you can get something done. If you're moving pairs every game, you're on a fresh shot every single game. There's no benefit of having the lanes gradually broken down by the other bowlers because the majority of the time you're going to be alone or have such little traffic on your side that it doesn't make a difference anyway. So while obviously it's the same ball, the reaction's definitely familiar, but the differences in each side of the lane produce different enough results that some things just won't translate. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. Thanks for watching.